When a location needs to be secured and swept for explosives, it's not just local human first responders that need to do a job. Man's best friend is also part of the roster, and the Department of Homeland Security is working to make sure they have the tools they need to assist their best tool, their noses. Starting earlier this year, the Department of Homeland Security's Science and Technology Directorate has held regional explosives detection dog initiative events at venues nationwide. DHS officials train, educate, and collect data on canine units specializing in odor detection, also known as sniffing out potential bomb threats.
The odor recognition testing is a simplistic presentation of the odor. We want to confirm that the dogs are proficient on that particular odor.
The dogs were tasked with sniffing out simulated explosive materials in Capital One Arena's garage, hallways, kitchens, and suites. DHS collects the success rates of the dogs and uses the data to identify additional training needs for law enforcement throughout the country.
At ready events, we do try and create operational scenarios that they normally see. So we have various venues. Here, obviously, it's a stadium event. Yesterday, we had vehicle searches. They do vehicle searches at airports all the time. So a lot of what they're doing here translates to their normal operational environment, be it a stadium, an arena, an airport. These operational searches translate into what they're doing on a normal daily, weekly basis.
With READY, DHS has also partnered with Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Laboratory to develop training aids that simulate explosive scents while still being safe for training the dogs.
Odors that are being used in this test are based on threats that we've seen. It's based on the inventory that they're normally training with, but they have not seen.
We're training on these same explosive materials at home. They're just these ones in particular here haven't been touched by any of the members or any of these dogs that are going through the training. So it's clean stuff outside of our inventory so we can determine if we've got a bad handling issue as far as handling age or something like that back home.
Homeland Security and local police officials note that DHS has capabilities and assets to bring to READY that don't exist on the local level, making the events that much more useful.
Cadre of experts, from canine subject matter experts to chemistry, odor experts, with test and evaluation experts, to be able to bring a unique resource to the national, state, and local law enforcement teams to help them fill the gaps that they have. That's the role of S&T.
Data collection at the federal level will help the agents at the local level. So the more regional READY events that are held, the better prepared the officers and dogs will be able to sniff out threats.
Really, we're trying to learn strengths and weaknesses to be able to fill those weaknesses if we see some, but emphasize the strengths that the regions, the nationwide regions, are taking advantage of. For instance, if national capital guys, if they're training a certain way, and the LA region hasn't been training that way, and we see success here in the national capital region, we're a focus point, DHS S&T, to be able to be a focal point for LA, for the South, the North, to be able to share that knowledge across and raise the level of proficiency throughout the explosive detection canine teams.